Welcome back to Coffee with the GM, Christopher Mitchell, and here is your Good Day Sun Lakes host, Anita Lawrence.
Hello, Sun Lakes. I'm Anita Lawrence, your Good Day Sun Lakes host, and I'd like to welcome you to Coffee with the GM for the month of March 2023. Chris Mitchell, the Sun Lakes General Manager, is here to discuss topics of interest and questions from the community. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. A little sick of this rain.
Oh, I just came in with the raincoat and everything. We just got right to shooting. It's a little crazy out there again.
Well, I wore my umbrella.
I like that. I like that. Very colorful.
Appropriate for the weather we're having out there.
It is.
It
is.
And I like rain, and I'm kind of over all of this.
Yeah, it's causing some problems. We're having some leaks and everything in some of our facilities. So definitely, okay. I'm ready for those sunny days to come back.
And I've noticed a lot of homes here with tarps, waiting for someone to come repair roofs.
Yes, the roofing companies are a little backed up right now. So,
yeah. And we had some snow
we
got together.
We did. Beautiful snow on the mountains.
March came in like a lion with that little blizzard we had on March 1st.
Yes.
Okay, well.
Snow on the golf course and everything. It's crazy.
It was beautiful.
Well, it was.
And I don't think we're done with the rain yet this year.
No.
So, well, anyways, we have a lot of topics and questions to get to.
Indeed.
So let's get to them.
Perfect.
Okay. There has been a lot of discussion on social media about the mandatory 15% service charge in the restaurant. Some have stated that a piece of the 15% goes to the management company. Can you address that, please?
Okay. Of the 15% that is there, the service charge, that goes to the employee. So that's an automatic gratuity service charge. It is taxable in the state of California, but it goes straight to the employee. Now, the employee may share some of their tip money with a busser, because if a busser is helping them out, clear the tables, helping to get more customers in, the server may do that. They may also tip the bartender for helping them out with some beverages. So that 15% is all the employees.
Well, hopefully that will clear up the misinformation going around.
Yes.
Okay. We know the sandwich has been closed for roof and skylight repairs. With all the rain we've been having, do we have a date when the sandwich will reopen? And there's another part to this question.
Okay, well, I know right now with the rain, we had originally expected 4 to 6 weeks. We're still looking at 4 weeks to do it. The rain has stopped. In essence, what's happening is holes are patched, tarps are put over, like you said we're seeing at the houses, and we wait for the dry weather. At least they were able to get in and start opening up the ceilings and everything. So they were working while they had dry conditions, but we're still, up to 4 weeks behind still. And this is the taping of the week of the board meeting for March, the 22nd or the 21st. So we're still looking 4 weeks.
Okay. Well, when it's all completed, is the sandwich going to be converted into a sports bar?
Not at this time. And so we're focusing on the ceiling. There was talk about doing the bar, but that still needs to be, what is the bar going to look like? What about the equipment? Equipment used to be, it's 30 days out, or I'll go down to a facility and they have excess equipment we can use. It takes 3-4 months to get even bar equipment. And so right now the focus is on the ceiling. It's no longer going to be the skylights. It's going to be a closed ceiling with lights and everything inside. The bar is being considered because that was a choice that was made years ago when I first got here to do that type of bar, coffee shop. It really hasn't been used like that. Instead, where it's used most is when it's a banquet or some event, and they put the food serving trays up there. Mm-hmm. That's what it's being used for.
Pasta night, maybe.
Yes, exactly. And so it would be really good to convert that to a full bar. Then you have 2 bars, a bar that can be set up for golf events in the sandwich, and that the board is looking at that. But right now we're focused on the roof, the ceiling, then reopen, possibly looking at changing the bar at a later date.
Okay. All right. The lounge is now serving lunch and dinner on Tuesday. that has 4 specials plus the bar menu.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give members more information about this?
So you can go onto the calendar. There's actually a calendar for food and beverage on Tuesdays. A 4 special item that Chef Chris has worked on to be run. So basically it's a lunch and kind of dinner service on a Tuesday. Try to increase foot traffic into the restaurant. So it's 4 specialty items that there's a little menu, and that will change occasionally. Then you have the bar menu. And so again, on a Tuesday, used to be closed. Now you can come in, eat at the lounge, overflow into the restaurant. You have some specials. And, we're going to try to mix in some different specials so that it draws people's attention to go, okay, well, I need to go on a Tuesday because that's going to be a special that is not offered during the week. Again, trying to get people to come out, socialize again here in our lounge. And so that's something that Chef Chris and Thomas are working on.
That's great, because I know there's some evenings I just go, don't want to cook tonight.
Yes.
Hey, the lounge is open. Let's go.
That's right. And don't want to drive, especially if it's raining and everything.
Especially if it's
I'll
raining.
go down to the lodge.
Yeah.
We're hoping that continues. It's been well received. We're hoping to continue to push that and have members come down and visit and socialize.
All right. Happy hour
Yes.
is very popular at Sun Lakes, and now there are 2 days a week that residents can enjoy happy hour in the lounge. What days are they? For those who may not know.
Okay, so we've been talking about a lot with the delegates, with the board meetings, Wednesday and Thursday, 3:30 to 6. You can also go on to the website, Food and Beverage. There's a calendar, and you'll see those times on the calendar. We expanded to one more day. We saw that sales really increased during that time, and then would continue on. So we lowered the time to 6 o'clock is when it ends, but we expanded it to another day. Tuesdays and Thursdays are kind of slow. So what are we doing on Tuesdays? We're doing that special lounge and everything. And then we expand Thursday to get you in to come into a happy hour. And then hopefully you'll stay, have a dinner with us. Again, socialize, have fun. And so again, right now we have 2 happy hours, 2 days, 3:30 to 6. We'll see how that goes. Look at the numbers, look at the sales, and then maybe expand it, possibly.
Sounds good.
Yes.
When will new menu items be rolled out for the restaurant?
So we're looking at the end of this month of March. We're just making some final tweaks. Again, updating for prices, looking at the portions, looking what's available on the market. Also then evaluating those Sun Lakes favorites that members have been desiring, the golfer, etc., of putting those back on the menu. And so at the end of this month is what we're looking at. So look forward to that. I'll be talking about that at the board meeting as well, updating the community on that.
Okay. Are there any updates on when the fountains will be operational again?
So we are still working on that. Actually, we met with the city of Banning this morning and had a discussion with them, talking about water restrictions, etc. But right now, Mark Schleiden is working with a couple of vendors that look at pumps, plumbers, backflow experts, etc., looking at the equipment. The equipment's been off for about 8 months. And so instead of just flipping the switch and blowing everything up, making sure, is the equipment running? Can it be started right now? The board is evaluating, do we just rebuild the existing equipment? It's a lower cost, but then the life is going to be shorter. Or do we put in brand new equipment, more cost, longer life? Those are some of the things that the board is working on right now. But immediately, I don't have a time of when that's going to be turned on. I do know that Mark Schleiden does have vendors coming in and experts to look at the existing equipment, their suggestions for what we should do from a cost aspect. And so that will be done this week. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we'll have an update for the community where we're at.
All right. When will the new carpet be installed in the ballroom?
So I know you're probably thinking, oh, Chris is going to defer once again the manufacturer. No, ladies and gentlemen, the date we have planned for the carpet is March 26th. That's a Sunday. And we will be doing carpet in the ballroom all the way till that Friday, because there's a concert Friday. So we want to make sure the carpet's in there. And so, they have the carpet. The vendors confirmed the carpet's good, ready to move forward. So the 26th of March is when installation begins, and we'll be ready that Friday for the concert.
All right.
Yes, finally.
I'm looking forward to seeing
I
it.
am too, finally.
Again, with all the rain we've had, what impact has the weather had on the golf revenue?
It's not only golf, but also on food and beverage as well. We've seen the participation decline. So we see golf revenue declining. Brian's in the pro shop, his revenue declining because, again, when it's raining, not going to go out. And members don't want to go out when it's raining to the restaurant. So we've seen, if you look at the financials for January and February, which have been pretty wet, the revenues have declined. I think about 4 years ago, there was similar. We had this. It was maybe 2018 that we had the first quarter of the year, heavy rains, revenues fall. But what are we doing on cost? Well, we send staff home in food and beverage. The pro shop sends staff home, and then golf course maintenance, we send them home. They can use their vacation time if they have any, but we try to reduce the costs as well because the revenue is falling. Hopefully rain clears up, people can come back out, socialize, spend money in the restaurant and on the golf course. But right now it is hurting our revenue.
Yes, that's unfortunate.
Yes.
Okay, update on the South Clubhouse pool repairs. Originally, the pool was expected to reopen tomorrow.
Yes, the 22nd.
And now there's been some delay. Can you talk about that?
So right now we are working with the vendor to acquire an exhaust fan. The exhaust fan is on back order. We're trying to find a replacement for that. And we need that because that circulates the air in the South Clubhouse. Again, reduces the humidity, air's working, that fan works. I need that in place to reopen. The vendors said still working on it. I hope to give an update very soon. We'll have our Good Day Sun Lakes team update that through an e-blast or the website when we do have that. But right now, it might be a week still. It's how quick can that vendor find the fan, get it installed. So I'm hoping within a week, but we'll keep the community updated. And then right behind that, since we're talking about the South Clubhouse, the board will be talking about the dehumidifier. That's been needed. That's the original desert air unit that has been there since the beginning. It needs to be replaced, and that is a large chunk of money. But I know the people who use the South Clubhouse pool have been saying they wanted it for the last couple of years. And so it was a want and desire before. It's now a necessity. We need to do it because if we don't, it threatens the infrastructure in that South Clubhouse. And so you'll be seeing that fan first, dehumidifier after. Now the dehumidifier also, and members, I just want to remind you all, I know COVID's over. I know you're tired of hearing supply chain issues, but we still have supply chain issues. That desert air unit, still 4 months out from the date you approve it to the expenditure of the money, which will happen on the 22nd, hopefully the board will approve it. It's still 4 months out to even get the equipment in the vendor's hands. So fan is first, then dehumidifier.
All right. It'll be a lot nicer over there.
It will be, yes, indeed.
Okay, the Food and Beverage Department will host its annual Easter Brunch Extravaganza on Easter Sunday, April 9th. So we're going to start ticket sales today, I believe.
Yes, I've got some information along with some other stuff here to talk about.
You want to talk about that?
Yes, and so Easter, Easter is early. Don't get thrown off. Don't be like me and forget, oh, shoot, I've got to buy the Easter eggs for my daughter and do the hunt and everything. It always seems later in April, now April 9th. So, excuse me, tickets begin sales today. This is Tuesday, the 21st. Can be purchased at the hostess stand. Adults are $44.95. Children 4 through 12, $21.95. Children 3 and under are free. Unfortunately, my daughter is 5, so she's not free. Bottomless champagne, $12 per person. Come on, you can't beat that. Tax and service charge not included. So those are the base costs. But definitely you can go online as well. Again, members, use that food and beverage calendar. We are working with Hernan to make sure that that's updated. He's working with the food and beverage team. that information's there. So you no longer have to say, I don't know what's happening in the restaurant. We've got a calendar up. And so please take a look at that. Information's on there as well.
Yes, and all the goodies that's going to be at the brunch is on Channel 97.
Yes,
as
there you
well
go.
as Good Day Sun
How could I
Lake's
forget
Facebook
that?
page.
How could I forget that?
Yeah.
You're right.
Looks like lots of good stuff.
Indeed.
So that's everything I have this morning. Do you have some things to talk about?
Yes, I do. Actually, I wanted to go over some message to management items that we received. Excuse me, as I have, again, coffee with the GM, some coffee. But I would really appreciate members putting in their comments to the message to management, either through the website or in the box at the main clubhouse reception desk. Actually receiving more paper ones than we are emails. Now, there's some that I'm not going to read because either they dealt with personnel matter, a neighbor-to-neighbor dispute, or we've already covered it in our other items. And so this one is the new pickleball courts are amazing and wonderful. Great job. It really says that. Thank you. Now, we should, just a quick note, the benches and the little refrigerator that's supposed to go out there should be in by the end of March. But the courts and everything, the overhang is all done and able to be used. And I'm glad member appreciates that.
Beautiful.
This, no name on this one, but they asked for reciprocity with Altus, Four Seasons, and Solera. Now, that's a good point. Reciprocity meaning that those members can use some of our facilities and our members can use some of their facilities. You know, that's been talked about for several years. Members might remember back in 2017, 2018, there was a discussion about outside golf. Right now, the community does not really, the percentage of members who have communicated don't want outside people coming in at this time. But I've done something similar at another HOA where you did outside memberships, limited amount for golf and use of the restaurant to bring in money from the outside. It worked. It was monitored well, but that's something that's still not accepted right now at Sun Lakes. And so I appreciate the member putting that in. Another one, let's see. I wish there was something that you could put on the landscaping of my house. So it's so dusty since changing it, maybe gravel. It's unhealthy also. Can't move, so just asking. So what I would ask this member is if you have questions about what you can put on your lawn, decorative stone, etc., contact the Planning Compliance Department. Now, I know Good Day Sun Lakes has shown you, who to talk to in that department, and Edgar Lagunas is the one in Planning Compliance that you need to speak to. He's right there. Go to the admin building. You'll walk in, see DJ, and say, can I meet with Edgar to talk about my landscape at my house? They'll tell you what's approved and what's not a approved item, and tell you the process of going and filling out a application to make a change. So that's key. Talk to us over in admin. Okay, another one. Let's see. Sure. Oh, why not turn the fire down in the study? It's costing a lot to run it at a high degree. We love it, but just turn it down. So thank you for that. This also was one that says, please address the carpet in the women's restroom. That's part of our thing with the new carpet in the ballroom. So I'll look into that with the fire. You know, what's interesting is I know there's some members that say, please turn down the fire. Then I have other members, when we start to turn it off, please don't. I'm sitting in here and I want it warm. So there's a little battle, but thank you for that comment. This one, we need a speed sign on Pebble Beach Boulevard. I live on the corner and see speeding every day, every hour. So thank you. The Safety Advisory Committee is actually looking at that for stop signs, limit lines, speed limit, flashing signs, the flashing stop signs, as well as speed humps or speed bumps. So I hope to get that report back from the committee so that the board can look at that, and maybe this is an area we can address as well. And then lastly, a community sharing table at the restaurant and lounge so singles don't eat alone. Now, that's a good point. We tried that several years ago with Benjamin Jafari. He was the food and beverage director at that time, and we tried it, and it didn't work. And the reason is, I don't want to sit in there because then people are going to know that I'm single and that I'm sitting there and I don't want it. So, again, we have different viewpoints within this community. Some people want it, some people don't. Same thing with the fire. But that's something that we will look with Restaurant and Lounge Committee as an item for them to look at and review. And so, again, thank you for your message to management. Please keep them coming. Those are the questions we use to not only populate some of the questions that Good Day Sun Lakes ask, because they're also looking on Facebook and everything. But then I'll give updates for some ones that members need some answers on. So that's it for the message to management.
Okay. It's great to see that members are using this.
Yes, it is. Indeed.
Okay.
Indeed.
Anything else this morning?
That's it, except we got to go back out in the rain after this.
I know. Well, happy Easter.
Happy Easter to you.
All right.
And I think you're going on a trip, aren't you?
I am.
That's going to be fabulous. I'm looking forward to seeing the photos.
Okay. Thank you for joining us today. And I hope that Chris has been able to cover some of the topics and questions that you were interested in having answered. So, once again, thank you for watching. Take some time to extend a kindness to someone today. It will brighten their day and yours too. I'm Anita Lawrence for Good Day Sun Lakes and Coffee with the GM.
Ciao.